will go a bit through the race and he could come forward from that.
Yes, conditions should be very much in his...
White flag. Away they go over 2 miles and a furlong, the Easy Fix Equine Handicap Chase. Relatively short run to the first of 12 fences. Don't Go Yet, the big chap. Rebel Gold jumps up with in between horses the Topway Visionarian, followed on settling down by the King of Prs and then Uncle Phil. The Folkes Tiara 2 lengths to Whiskey Wealth was followed by American Mike, held up one from last, and Railway Hurricane is bringing up the rear. Heading away from the stands to fences 2, 3, 4 and 5, and it's Rebel Gold edging ahead from Don't Go Yet, a couple of lengths to the big chap, who's followed by Uncle Phil, improving on the outside of Visionarian, and then the King of PRS as they meet up at fence number 2. Rebel Gold jumped better than Don't Go Yet as they make tracks to the first of 2 ditches, followed by the big chap, then Visionary and Uncle Phil. The King of PRS next with the Folkes Tiara. Continuing on rising ground to their next fence, which is number 4. The 2 leaders building up a clear advantage over the pack. Rebel Gold, Don't Go Yet over in third. The big chap, who's being followed by the Folkes Tiara, Visionary and Uncle Phil. The King of PRS, then American Mike. At the rear, Whiskey Wealth and Railway Hurricane as they complete their jumping along the side of the track. They've taken 5, and in the lead is Rebel Gold and Michael O'Sullivan by a couple of lengths to Don't Go Yet and Sean O'Keefe. 6 to 7 lengths cleared of the big chap and Sam Ewing replacing Jack Kennedy. Visionary and Keith Dunne on the inside, and then the Folkes Tiara and Brian Hayes as they race downhill towards the next 2 fences. Soon at halfway, the Easy Fix Equine Handicap Chase. It's listed Rebel Gold by a length and a half to Don't Go Yet, not so far in front of the big chap and the Folkes Tiara, then Visionary and American Mike up into mid-division, then the King of PRS losing ground as Uncle Phil is now 2 behind, Whiskey Wealth and Railway Hurricane over the last ditch. Rebel Gold by length to Don't Go Yet, 2.5 in front of the big chap, who's just shading the third from the Folkes Tiara, then American Mike, red cap, who moves in between the King of PRS and Visionarian, and then Uncle Phil, Whiskey Wealth and Railway Hurricane, the final couple. 5 more fences left to jump. They're well inside halfway, and it's Rebel Gold leading Don't Go Yet, break of 4, to the big chap who's just showing up in third from the Folkes Tiara. Improving into 5th is American Mike, followed by the King of PRS, then Uncle Phil, Visionary and falls back, and then Railway Hurricane, who relegates Whiskey Well to be the back marking. 5.5 furlongs to go, the 4 fences left to jump. No changes in the first 2. It is Rebel Gold tracked all the while by Don't Go Yet, followed by the big chap and the Folkes Tiara and American Mike. The 4th last fence, over which Rebel Gold plowed his way through it, a mistake by Don't Go Yet, followed by the big chap, the Folkes Tiara, American Mike, the King of PRS, as they come to the 3rd last fence. And it's Rebel Gold and Don't Go Yet who backed off it. The big chap had an untidy landing, then the Folkes Tiara, American Mike round the outside. Heading back for home with 2 fences to jump, it's Rebel Gold still in front. From Don't Go Yet, American Mike round the outside of the Folkes Tiara, then the King of PRS, and the big chap is struggling, and then Uncle Phil. Coming towards the 2nd last, Whiskey Wealth being pulled up along with Visionarian. 1 fence left to jump, it's Rebel Gold. Re-challenged by Don't Go Yet, and then the Folkes Tiara, gap to American Mike, who's finding little at the crunch, followed then by the King of PRS, and then Railway Hurricane, who's gaining on the outside. It's open, coming to the final fence. Don't Go Yet wrestles back a slender advantage from the Folkes Tiara, the King of PRS, American Mike, Rebel Gold and Railway Hurricane on the stand side. It's any one of these, 150 yards to go. The Folkes Tiara from the King of PRS and American Mike. The Folkes Tiara, 3 parts of a length too good for the King of PRS, American Mike. Railway Hurricane, another score. Henry de Bromhead.
Yes, a great finish, and the Folkes Tiara has come out on top in the colours of DWPJ Investments Limited. Brian Hayes in the saddle for trainer Henry de Bromhead, posting a quick double, of course. And it was a race where jumping certainly played a big part in the closing stages, but here we are down to the last on. Still 6 of them in with a chance at this stage.
Yeah, I thought Railway Hurricane was coming on the near side to win it, but he got that so far and couldn't get any further. But the Folkes Tiara, he's battled on really well in the centre and just got the better of King of Prs, American Mike. In fairness, he's run well, he's battled on and just held on to, well, maybe just held on to third place. Yeah, just confirmed he's held on to third place from the Railway Hurricane. But really interesting race. Looked like it was run at a good pace. Rebel Gold got out in front and set a good pace with Don't Go Yet hunting him up. And yeah, there were many there. As you saw, there are plenty there with chances on the run over the final 2 fences.
The one who looked in big trouble early was Whiskey Wealth, who was 4th in this last year. He was getting a reminder going away from the stands and found himself at the tail of the field here in company with Railway Hurricane, who, as he so often is, was ridden patiently to try and get him to come home well. American Mike jumped off handy enough, found himself towards the back, but as you say, Don, he did at least kind of finish with a bit of purpose today, a bit more purpose than he often has done in the past, dropped down in distance this afternoon. But we're about to see the jumping start to get a bit ragged from the two at the head of affairs. Rebel Gold and Don't Go Yet, they've both been jumping pretty well for much of the journey, but I think it's the fence after the next where they both make a right mess of it, and all of a sudden the pack are much closer.
They both did well to stand up, actually. They both made independent, pretty bad mistakes, and they both found a leg. And after that, they both maybe Don't Go Yet wasn't helped by Rebel Gold's mistake in front of him, but that kind of, they had a nice break on the field up to that point. Now they've all assembled in behind. American Mike's travelling well. The Folkes Tiara, Brian Hayes just smuggled him into the race on the inside in the red colour. You just see him there, moves up on the inside of the big chap, and he's just moving nicely around the home turn, nice and quietly, just allowing the Folkes Tiara to move his ground. It's a lovely ride from Brian Hayes, and King of PRS coming under a ride towards the centre from Conor Stone Walsh. American Mike coming under a ride as well. Rebel Gold is still there in front from Don't Go Yet, but Folkes Tiara, Brian Hayes really hasn't asked him for anything. He moves up in between horses, just looking for a gap here. And the Folkes Tiara, this is his best run by far since he won the competitive handicap chase at Leopardstown at the Christmas Festival last year. And even here, he hasn't really gone from now. He takes him outside Don't Go Yet, and now he's got his gap, and yeah, he's picked up well from there.
Yes, that good jump at the last, propelling the Folkes Tiara to the front.